Hello guys, my name is Rhoda Nyakundi and I'm so happy to have you on another new video. If you're new here, feel welcomed. Well, I know if you've clicked on this video, you've clicked it because you wanted to know on the 2023 reset plan, and that is why this video is here. With me, I have some 3 points that I want to share with you guys, which have helped me throughout the year. My first time to actually have a plan for the year was the year 2020, which really backfired because of COVID-19, but all through to 2022 it has really gone well, because on this year I'm happy to say 70% of my goals were able to be achieved, and I'm so happy and I'm really excited to share with you my process, my journey, and my starting us off. I would love to give you 2 tips before we head into giving out those 3 points. So fact number 1, you need to understand that some of the escapes don't just flip with a new year. Some things really need prayers, some things really need divine intervention. All right, you don't just expect things to shift or to turn because it's a new year. You're going to be going through the same cycles if you've not really worked on. So before you start getting into your planning, ask yourself the things that you're going through, the things that you want to change, the things that you want to shift. What are they? Are they habitual? Are they spiritual? Are they mental, emotional? Get to understand their roots so that you're able to work on them and become better in 2023. And fact number 2 is that you need to understand that you are a human being. So you don't have anything under your control. The only thing that you have under your control is your past. But your present and your future is not on your hands. You may have to plan things, you may have to set things right, but you need to understand that the final say is not yours. It's okay to have that plan, which we are going to be making. It's okay to have it, but you need to understand the final say comes from God. As the word tells us that many other plans that man has, many other plans that we as human beings have, but the final say, the final verdict comes from God. So trust me, you're in the safest hands if you just acknowledge that you need God in your plans. As the word again tells us, like, do not lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God, and He shall direct your paths. All right, so as much as you're going to plan, as much as we're going to diving into planning, you need to understand that God is the source, God is the way, God is the plan, the real deal plan. All right, so let's get into the 3 points. First point is reflect on your past year. Well, this video is being recorded on 2022, obviously, but I already consider 2022 as my past year, because come on, it's just like 2 or 3 days to go so that we get to 2023. And honestly speaking, I am so excited, and I am so into the creative world that every single day is just a day to get something creative out of my system. All right, so starting us off, as I've said, it's reflecting on your past year. This helps you understand where your fails were, where your strengths were, where your weaknesses were, so that you're able to gather in all the information that you have gathered by yourself on that year, so that you make the changes in the next year. For example, let's say personally for me, I had my highs and lows in this year. My highs, number 1, was like I learned more on the spirit of Thanksgiving, and this is not something that I would tell you I sat down and like took myself all through. It's something that just came in, like it was like a season. I would say this is a class that God really took me through, because I would go through things in my life that were not really impressing, that were not really amazing, but at the end of the day, yes, I will have my like a minute or an hour or a day to just like mourn and be angry and be sad and be like crying and all that. But after that moment, what I got like miraculously is a spirit of thanksgiving. I will just look at the same situation that made me sob a minute ago, and I'm like, okay, like this thing happened, ABC happened, but at the same time, like at least it didn't happen like this, because this and this and this, like it ended up bringing me back to Thanksgiving. So that is one of the highs that I had, and this is to help me that in the next year, let this Thanksgiving not just be like a 2022 thing, let it continue going forward to 2023, and let it be a lifetime thing for me. My second high is reflecting on my year is I made very healthy friendships. Personally, 2022 has been also more on me making friends. I can literally say I made a lot of friends in 2022 more than I ever made in any year. Personally, I'm a very social person, but getting to call people my friends is not that easy. That is something I would say is more on the social people. People think like because we talk too much, we are everywhere, you literally become a friend by just like one conversation. No, personally that doesn't work for me. So I am more of I talk to you, but that's it. Like that's where the talking and the relationship ends. But getting to bring you closer into my life, that is something that is not really in me. But I would say 2022 has really changed for me, because I have had to make, like I have made really, really healthy relationship in friendships. And on the highs as well, I was able to get rid of very toxic ones at the same time. And this is not like really nice or really bad. My third high is that I was able to improve career-wise, and this is like generally in my YouTube, in my Instagram, in my side hustles and everything. Like I was able to improve in a way or another, because I have moved a step further, a step ahead. Because comparing me in 2022 career-wise and me in 2021 career-wise, like I have really, really grown. That is something that I have done generally in 2022, growth. Because like financially, career-wise, I was able to purchase some of the equipment I wanted for my YouTube channel. I was able to change my background. I was able to upgrade my studio. I was able to change. I was able to even venture into a business, clothing business that I was so scared about. And it really taught me a lot during that period that I was still doing clothes. If you don't know, I was selling thrift clothes, and yes, it has really taught me a lot, as well as in the media team, because I love media. Come on, like YouTube is all about media, sound, filming, photography, editing, graphic, all that. Like I was able to learn a lot. Like right now I am able to like handle a camera very well. I'm able to do videography. I'm able to do editing in a higher notch, because I've been knowing how to edit, but like on a higher notch. I have even started doing editing for clients. Like that is a real big deal motivation for me, because having to earn out of your own thing, like it's not like someone has hired you or something. For me, that was like improvement. Generally I would just say growth in terms of career. And then also my other high is that my financial position grew, not in a way that I wanted, like I expected it to be, but I am able to say that I am not the same place I was. You know the way that song says, mahali nipo sio mali nilitaka, but pia sio mali nilikuwa. You get, that was like more of my financial journey. Remembering like my main goal in 2022 was financial growth. Like it just like, woo, thank you God. Like that was something really nice for me. And that came with a luggage, and that is knowing how to manage my finances. I am not yet perfect there, but at least I have improved, and it is a goal answered. It's a prayer answer, right? Okay, so those are among my highs. Among my lows is that I went through my first experience of grief in 2022. This is where we as a family lost our grandfather, and we also lost my aunt. It was a moment of grief, especially in the part of my grandpa, because I have never been in a burial that I am directly involved. You know, maybe if I was in one, which I really don't have like that memory if I was, but if I was, then like I was the far person, like I'm not really directly involved. But this one I was really directly involved, and it was not a nice experience. But yeah, things happen, and that like 2022 was my first year to experience grief like directly. Like yeah, it is really affecting me. So I really can't say how I am holding on to that, because when I get to really think deep into everything that happened, then it still like has some pain in it. So I don't know. we'll just see with time. I'm a person who believes like time heals all wounds, all right? And my other lows, this is like it was one of my highs, and this is like I lost friends. In 2022, I have lost friends, good friends and bad friends, toxic ones and healthy ones. But this is not like we grew apart or amatuseme maybe tulikosana or anything. No, we are really in good speaking terms if we ever meet. But it's more on like, you know, people grow differently, and not just because you know someone like they are going to be in your life forever. You know, you need to be a person that is so flexible to let people grow, let people be who they want to be. Yeah, I am a person who really believes in freedom. Like, there are friends who we had to grow apart because of our belief system. As you all know, like if you don't know, I got saved in 2021, either is it April or May there. And you know, having to be saved, having to be walking the journey of salvation, you need to understand that your entire life is going to shift. Not at once, I won't tell you it was at once, but things just change. From the way I speak, from the things I am interested in right now, to the things I want to be involved with, to the songs you listen to the way you live your life. Like, everything just shifts. And it's okay for some of my friends then to like realize this girl is not the same girl we used to know. And you know, when you realize that and people to give you that space, it's healthy, right? It's very, very healthy. So I lost friends, but at the same time, as I've told you, it's not like a low, because I lost friends but I still made friends. Okay, yes. So that is how I personally reflected my past year, and having to look at my highs and lows, this helped me to go forward to having to know what I needed to fix and what needed not to be fixed, or which ways work for me. And that brings us to our second point, and that is prioritizing your health or sanity. There is no way you're going to make a good plan if you're not aware of what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Okay, health wise, this is like your emotional health, your spiritual health, your mental health, your like physical health, everything. You need to really understand yourself. I am more on self-improvement, guys. Like, I really love it when someone takes time to understand themselves, when someone takes time to actually look into what fits you and what doesn't fit you. Because if you're always going with the crowd, you will miss your moments each and every second, because the crowd will always dictate what is and what is not, and the crowd is never satisfied. All right, so it's really, really important that you get to understand this is what works for me. Personally, for me, what I really don't like is options. All right, I don't like it when maybe I'm working on something, or maybe someone is like giving me options. I want that freedom. As I've said, like I love freedom, and I want it to be all round, right? I don't like the pressure of options. Like, it's either A or B. I will try A, and then if A doesn't work, I will go to B. That's just how I love to live my life. That is not for me, and that is what I used to actually plan my year. So understand your health and sanity, what is best for you, what is not best for you, according to what you reflected your past year as, what really worked for you, and what do you want to like do a little shift, a little turn, a little twist on, so that it works better for you. Because at the end of the day, this plan is not for the crowd, this plan is not for your parents, this plan is not for your siblings, your mother, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fiancé, your whoever that is. This plan is for you. And at the end of the day, either the pressure gets tighter, the things get tougher, or the failure gets on top, it's you who's going to be dealing with it. So it will be the best decision if you really actually find ways that are going to be working for you. And after you've realized what works for you and what ways you're going to shift, then we can get to the third point, and that is planning your goal or planning your year. And this is the main part. Number one thing I'm going to be advising you on is that you need to make sure that you have one major goal of the year. All right, that is like something that is going to sum up everything that you're planning to have to do during 2023. This is going to help you in a way that it is not going to be like stuffing you, like, oh, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. Like, try as much as possible to minimize your goals into like a small list. Like, try your level best, because if you end up having a lot of goals you want to achieve in a year, you're actually, the high chances are like you're not going to achieve anything, because the pressure is going to get to you. Because you know, most of us, the excitement of our goals lies in the first month, that is January. So if you're able to achieve even a single goal in January, or like just have something that is handleable, if that makes sense, the better for you. So try your best and have as minimal goals as you can possibly have. All right, so one thing that personally I use when doing my minimizing of my goals is I have one major goal during the year. As I've told you, in 2021 my main goal was financial growth, which is something that I really put work on, and I thank God because he really opened doors in 2022, and I am able to say like I am able to have something of my own. So like, I choose one major goal, and then out of this major goal comes the minor goals. Like, these minor goals are goals that I'm planning and looking forward to them boosting my major goal. I don't know if you get, like, it's like a hierarchy. Let's say when you draw that chart, I don't know, I think I'm going to put a chart here where I have my major goal, and then on the bottom have my minor goals, and I might as well go on creating that hierarchy to the bottom part in the way that it is so specific. That brings us to the next point. Under you planning your goals need to be as specific as they can possibly be. You being as specific as you can possibly be is really going to help you out in like planning those goals and also in achieving them. Don't be so major and or so minor. Like, be specific, and specificity comes in where like what works for you, what doesn't work for you, where can you really go. And also, don't put yourself under a cocoon just because you want to be specific. You are capable of so much, you put yourself into it. What I mean by being specific is that, like, detail it, all right? Put details on it, put information on it, do research on it, like have more information over what you want to be as your goal. And our next point under planning your goal is be realistic. And when I talk about realistic, don't be too realistic that you make your goals look more of a mediocre goals. All right, like, make your goals realistic, but remember, you are opening yourself to bigger things, not unrealistic bigger things, but realistic bigger things. You're able to achieve a lot, as I've said earlier on our last point. You're able to achieve so much if only you push yourself and allow yourself. But if planning for a year is a first thing for you, like, just levelize it to the levels that work for you. Levelize it to a point where you know your strengths are able to get. Don't overdo. You know, we have this excitement, oh, it's a new year, we're going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get that. Yes, it's okay, but we need to remember that you are not the one who has the final say. As I said, as we started on this video, it is God who's going to decide whether it's going to happen or not. All right, because you have no say. Actually, there is nothing like you have a say on it. All you have to do is like just have a plan that you're going to work on. Have something that you're going to be looking at and you're like, this is working for me. At least this came up, this didn't come up, this came up. All right, the last point under planning your goals is that this is something that I have tried in 2022, and as I've said, I started planning my year mostly in the year 2020. It really backfired on me big time because of COVID. Yani, COVID ilifunga everything. Ilifunga biashara, ilifunga ideas, ilifunga everything. But I thank God because 2020 inspired me to open this YouTube channel. Yes, because like every goal I had then was not going, like, didn't seem like it's going to work. And then unajua your time ya COVID, like, hey, personally for me, I didn't see us ever getting our lives to normal. So like, personally, things just died. And in 2021, I would say 30% of my goals were achieved, but 70% backfired again. But in 2022, 70% got filled and got fulfilled, 30% didn't. And this is something that I've shared with you. The point is, gift yourself. I really wasn't a person of giftings. Personally, I wasn't brought up in like dream to akifanya ABC, you give them a gift, nini. This is something that I learned where I go to church. Now it's something that I came to see, like, oh, so people get gifts and blah blah blah. Mimi, I didn't know about that. So in 2022, I prioritized that any goal I achieve, I'm going to gift myself. And as I always say, like, you don't have to gift yourself na vitu zingine bigi sijui or gari sijui nini. Like, gift yourself according to your means, right? For me, I was like gifting myself like things like I would take myself out for lunch, I would buy myself some clothes, like I would do some, like I would just get something that is on my means for me, and that is when I have achieved a certain goal. Because having to gift yourself as well, like, it motivates you. Personally, for me, ilikuwa inanimotivate sana because I see myself achieving something because I want to go out, I want to go have lunch, I want to go buy myself this and that. Like, it's more of discipline because at the same time, if you know you're earning something, at the end of the day unaweza maliza tu kujibaya, and then oops, you're broke and there's nothing useful you've done with your cash. I don't know if you get my point, guys, but all the same, learn to gift yourself in your little goals that you've made, in your little goals that you achieved. Gift yourself. Unaweza andika hata sahi, like, if I achieve this, I'm going to do this to myself, I'm going to do this for myself, and that will really take you along. With all that said, guys, that is what I had for you in this video. Like, personally, for me, I'm so excited about the year 2023. I just want it to start already, you know, and like just get to open a new page, open a new life, open a new dream, open new goals, and open new doors, because I personally just love change, because I believe that change comes with its goodness. Yes, inakwanga na ubaya, but at the same time, I just choose to be looking more on the good side. So I'm like, what is the good thing that's going to be happening in 2023? Let's wait and see. I hope that this has motivated you to plan your 2023. And remember this, as the word of God says, write it down. All right, just write it down. Don't just have a vision, don't just have a dream, don't just have a goal and it's just like on your mind. Learn to write it down, because it gives you a point of reference, it gives you motivation. Like, there's a lot of things that I can say about writing your dreams, your goals, your vision, your everything down. Like, it just helps a lot. All right, and always have the purest intentions in all that you put. Unaona hiyo goal yenye unaenda kuandika right now, like whatever it is, have the purest intentions. Don't put a goal because unataka kufinisha so and so. Don't put a goal because unataka kushinda so and so. No, do it for you. Do it for the purest intentions. Do it for the urge of satisfying your purpose in life, of wanting to be different, of wanting to make a difference in life. Just have the purest intention, and there's just a way of God making it work for you. All right, guys, so happy 2023 from me to you and yours. I hope you really enjoy the new year. I'm really looking forward to the contents that we're going to be making in 2023. And you know what? I already have my plan. I already have my 2023 plan. Do you? I hope this video helps you, but I'll be seeing you in our next video, hopefully in 2023. So stay loved, stay blessed.